Good afternoon to one and all. Welcome to sisyaclass. Swagatam sisyaclasses ki. Welcome to the mathematics series of sisyaclass. ఈ రోజు మన టాపిక్ వచ్చేసి కాంప్లెక్స్ నెంబర్స్. నిన్న కూడా వీ హ్యావ్ డిస్కస్డ్ ఏ షార్టర్ version of complex numbers, introductory part where we have specifically discussed about the modulus, argument, some sort of terminologies and basic fundamentals of complex numbers. Now today we would like to continue the topic on the polar coordinates as well as the De Moivre's theorem, and we would also have a discussion of cube roots of unity, right? So this is our topic of today, and meeku emana doubts unte ninna class lo please let me know, and I would like to even take up that doubts. And ninna oka problem lo oka chinna mistake undi. I would like to a PDF kuda upload chestanu, so please go back and see that answer in the description. And right now, I would like to briefly introduce about myself. My name is Satish. I have done my masters from IIT Palakkad, Kerala. I have trained over 5 years. I have trained over 50,000 students from past 5 years. So this is a brief introduction about myself. Okay, so ee-roj topic, the first thing is polar coordinates. Okay, ప్రతి ఒక్క నెంబర్కి we can convert a Cartesian, that is the rectangular coordinates, to the polar coordinates. So అది నేను చూపిస్తాను. And we can also see what is meant by Eulerian form, and the next one is the De Moivre's theorem, and the next one is the cube root of unity. Okay, so వీటి పైన మన డిస్కషన్ ఉంటుంది. చాలా ఈజీ, చాలా సింపుల్, and if you try to understand, it will become you can score almost the fullest marks in the complex numbers, right? So the first thing is the polar form of a complex numbers. Now ikkada meer chuste, if you try to see here, first if you take any coordinates, for example x comma y, right? These are the rectangular coordinate system, right? Now you can precisely see from the another dimension, that is the same coordinates can be represented in the another way, right? That is in the polar coordinates. As I said, there are different coordinate system where we can analyze the geometry, right? According to the graph or the function, we can always analyze the geometry in different coordinate system. For example, we have our basic coordinate system is Cartesian plane, 2D coordinate system. The other thing is like polar coordinates. If you go to the 3-dimensional geometry, you can understand 3D coordinate system that is similar like 2D coordinate system, and the other version is spherical coordinate system and the cylindrical coordinates. There are several coordinates where we can understand. In order to analyze the whole geometry and make our life so easy, we try to use different geometry according to the situation. Okay, and like we try to convert from one coordinate system to another coordinate system also. This we can specifically see in the integrations also, where we convert into the polar coordinate system, and we try to use something like Jacobian, right? So right now if I want to see, this is in Cartesian plane, right? Now if I want to see something in the here, if you see in the Cartesian plane, my coordinates are always in the form of x and y, where x is nothing but it is the distance from the origin towards the x-axis direction, and y is nothing but the distance from the origin to the y in the terms of y axis, right? But if you take a polar coordinates, there the coordinates are in the form of r comma theta, r and theta. Ante ప్రతి ఒక్క పాయింట్ in the Cartesian plane can also be represented in something like r comma theta. అంటే ఎలా అయితే మీరు x and y చూస్తారో, r and theta will be the coordinates in the polar form. Okay, so how do we find for each unique xy, how can we find the r and theta? Okay, so ప్రతి ఒక్క పాయింట్ Cartesian plane లో ఏదైతే ఉందో, we can also analogously find this r comma theta. So how do we find? Okay, suppose నేను ఇక్కడ ఒక పాయింట్ x comma y ఉంది. Now can you find the distance from the origin? So this is nothing but under root of x square plus y square, right? Now can you find the angle of inclination, that is arc of z, right? Can you do that? That is nothing but theta is equals to tan inverse y by x, right? In fact modulus of y by x, right? Now if I have theta, I have I have theta as well as I have this r. Okay, you can just denote this as r. Now r is nothing but the modulus of z, which is under root of x square plus y square. Now can I write this x and y in terms of r and theta? So if you see here this x, can I write this x coordinate as, if this is r and this is theta, so meeku already telusu cos theta in this triangle is nothing but the adjacent by hypotenuse. So that will be r by adjacent by hypotenuse, that is x by r, and sin theta is nothing but y by r. So from this I can write x equals to r cos theta, x equals to r cos theta, y equals to r sin theta, right? So using x and y, I have found out a relation between r and theta in such a way that x equals to r cos theta, y is equals to r sin theta. Similarly, if I have to find from r comma theta to x and y, I can just use the same sense in the opposite way. Okay, so this is how I can find for every coordinates in x and y, I can always find this form, right? So instead of writing z is equals to x plus iy, I have established a relation x equals to r cos theta and plus I times r sin theta. So this is what the relation I have found. So if you take common, this will become cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay, and in fact you can furthermore establish this relation by cos theta plus I sin theta. You can just write this as r into e power I theta. E cos theta ni he will always call this as cis theta. And sir, in matrix and determinants, how many questions will come from matrix and how many questions will come from determinants, and is the marks divided in for both topics? Sir, it is just difficult to prepare determinants, so I just prepared matrices, so it's okay. Hi, first of all, hi Sairam. Okay, ఏంటంటే see determinant parts కూడా చాలా ఈజీ. ఓకే, దాంట్లో ఓన్లీ కొన్ని రూల్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఓకే, ఆర్ షుడ్ ఐ కంపల్సరీలీ ప్రిపేర్ డిటర్మినెంట్స్? నేను చెప్పేది ఏంటంటే సి మ్యాట్రిసెస్ అండ్ డిటర్మినెంట్స్ మీ విజువలైజేషన్స్లో అదేంటి సపరేట్ ఉండొచ్చు, కానీ యాక్చువల్గా అదంతా ఒకటే టాపిక్ కింద వస్తుంది. ఓకే, అండ్ మీరేం చేయాలంటే సి ఇన్ఫ్యాక్ట్ ఇఫ్ యూ డిటర్మినెంట్స్ నుంచి డెఫినెట్గా క్వశ్చన్స్ వస్తాయి, అలా అని మ్యాట్రిసెస్ నుంచే బయాస్డ్గా ఏమైనా క్వశ్చన్స్ రావు. సో ఇట్ ఇస్ బెటర్ దట్ యూ ఆల్సో కవర్ డిటర్మినెంట్స్ బికాస్ ఇట్ ఈస్ జస్ట్ ఎ లిటిల్ మోర్ పార్ట్. దాంట్లో మీరు జస్ట్ చూస్తే ఒక 4-5 రూల్స్ మట్టుకే ఉన్నాయి. ఆ రూల్స్ కానీ ఒక మొత్తం కలిపి ఒక 10 ఫార్మ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. అవి మటుకు మీరు గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటే యూ కెన్ కంప్లీట్లీ మాస్టర్ డిటర్మినెంట్స్. సో డోంట్ వరీ అబౌట్ డిటర్మినెంట్స్, ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఎ స్కెప్టికల్ టాపిక్ టు అవాయిడ్. సో ఇట్స్ బెటర్ దట్ యూ కవర్ ద డిటర్మినెంట్స్, ఎందుకంటే ఇన్ మొత్తం ఎగ్జామ్లో మ్యాట్రిసెస్ అనేది ఒక చాప్టర్ చాలా ఈజీ. ఓకే, సో ప్లీజ్ ట్రై టు కవర్ ద టాపిక్. అండ్ దాన్ని ఎందుకంటే కొన్ని టాపిక్స్ మీరు కొన్ని టఫ్ ఉన్న టాపిక్స్, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఆఫ్ ట్రయాంగిల్స్ చాలా ఫార్ములాస్ ఉంటాయి, ఇంకా ఎంసెట్ ఎగ్జామ్లో కూడా చేయడం కష్టం. సో అలాంటి టాపిక్స్ మీరు ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు లివ్ డెఫినెట్లీ యూ విల్ హ్యావ్ ఎ చాయిస్, రైట్? బట్ డిటర్మినెంట్స్ వదిలిపెట్టుకోకండి. వాట్ అబౌట్ మార్క్స్? యా, మార్క్స్ విల్ బి అరౌండ్ 4 to 5 మార్క్స్. దట్ ఈస్ కంప్లీట్లీ ఫర్ ద మ్యాట్రిసెస్. ఓకే, సో ఆ 4 to 5 మార్క్స్ మటుకు యూ షుడ్ డెఫినెట్లీ క్యాపిటలైజ్. సో అందుకనే ఈజ్ ఇట్ డివైడెడ్? నో, ఐ థింక్ సి ఆ రేంజ్ వ్యారీ అవుతుంది, 2, 3, 3, 2 అలా ఉంటుంది. సో ఒక్కొక్కసారి మ్యాట్రిసెస్కి 2, డిటర్మినెంట్స్కి 3 ఆ రేంజ్లో ఉంటుంది. సో దట్స్ వాట్ ఇట్ ఇస్. సో వీ హ్యావ్ నో ఐడియా, బట్ ఆన్ హోల్ ఇట్ ఇస్ 4 to 5 మార్క్స్. దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ ఐ కెన్ సే. ఈజ్ ఇట్ ఓకే సాయిరామ్? ఓకే, సో ఏమైనా ఉంటే నాకు చెప్పండి. ఓకే, రైట్, లెట్స్ కంటిన్యూ ద టాపిక్. ఓకే, అండ్ మీకు కావాలంటే I have already covered determinants. ఒకసారి జస్ట్ గో బ్యాక్ అండ్ జస్ట్ మీకు ఆ సినాప్సిస్ టైప్గా మీకు ఉన్న బ్రీఫ్గా కొన్ని ఫార్ములాస్ నేను చెప్పాను, అండ్ వీ హ్యావ్ సాల్వ్ ఫ్యూ PYQs. అవి కాకుండా ఇఫ్ యూ స్టిల్ వాంట్ మీ టు డూ వన్ మోర్ లెక్చర్ దెన్ ప్లీజ్ డూ లెట్ మీ నో. యా, ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ. ఓకే, సో yeah, so this is nothing but the polar form. Okay, the next one is called the Eulerian form. Okay, ఇందాక నేను చెప్పినట్టు I have written z as r cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay, so this is also represented by e power I theta. Okay, which is also represented by e power I theta. Okay, so idi matuku you have to it is defined like this: cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay, so please do remember this one. E power I theta is nothing but cos theta plus I sin theta. దీన్ని even he is calling it as cis theta. It is called as cis theta. Okay, now you see the next question. Okay, idi please note down, everyone please note down this one. This is also called C ante cos, I ante iota, S ante sin. So it is called the cis theta. This is e power I theta. Okay, so the de Moivre's theorem ఇది ఏం చెప్తుందంటే, instead of reading the whole sentence, ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, e power I theta whole to the power n అంటే e power I n theta is nothing but cos. ఇప్పుడు e power I theta అంటే ఏంటి? cos theta plus I sin theta. n theta అంటే cos n theta plus I sin n theta. ఓకే, దిస్ ఇస్ క్లియర్. సో అదే వాడు చెప్తాడు. So cos theta plus I sin theta whole to the power n is nothing but cos n theta plus I sin n theta. Okay, so this is nothing but cos theta plus I sin theta whole to the power n. This is nothing but cos n theta plus I sin n theta. Okay, right. Sir, please do a separate video for rank and adjoint and area of triangle. Okay, so Sairam, like already I have done that. Oksar meer elli chudandi. The video on the matrices lo clear ga I have done completely. On matrices I have done two lectures, and determinants I have done 3 lectures. So altogether 5 lectures have been done specifically on matrices. So మీరు ఒక్కసారి వెళ్ళి చూడండి. స్టిల్ ఇఫ్ యూ ఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ సమ్ సార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఎ ప్రాబ్లమ్, ఎందుకంటే నేను ప్రతిదీ ర్యాంక్కి కూడా ఒక సపరేట్ ర్యాంక్ అండ్ అడ్జాయింట్కి కూడా సపరేట్ వీడియో చేసా. సిమిలర్గా ఐ హ్యావ్ ఆల్సో డన్ సపరేట్ వీడియో ఫర్ డిటర్మినెంట్స్ ఆల్సో. సో ప్లీజ్ గో అండ్ సీ, ఐ హ్యావ్ బైఫర్కేటెడ్ దట్ ఇన్ దట్ ప్యాటర్న్. సో ఒకసారి మీరు వెళ్ళి చూడండి. ఈవెన్ ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ డౌట్స్ ఇన్ దట్, then please do let me know in the next session. I will definitely take charge of it. Okay, yeah, okay, so this will be cos n theta plus I sin n theta. Okay, yeah. Now the next one is cube root of unity. Okay, so manam first cube root of unity ante entante, if x cube is equals to 1, so what are the values of x for which it satisfies ante, general ga oka real number line lo if you see just the real roots of this, it will be only 1. But when you take the cube roots for this, when you try to actually find out the cube roots for it, then ela raichante x cube minus 1 is equals to 0. Now you can write it in the form of a cube minus b cube, that is a minus b of a square plus b square plus ab. Okay, so this you can write it as a minus b of a square plus b square plus ab. Okay, plus ab, which is equals to 0. So ikkad nunchi value enta ostundi, x equals to 1. Ikkad nunchi again you need to do minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. So from here you will be getting this value, approximately this value. So minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac. So then expand cheyandi. So x square plus 1 plus x, okay, or x square plus x plus 1 equals to 0. So x can be written as minus b plus or minus under root of b square 1 square minus 4 ac by 2a. So the 2 into 1. So this will become minus 1 plus or minus under root of minus root 3 by 2. So from here you will be getting minus 1 plus or minus under root 3i by 2. So that is how he denotes. Plus ki minus 1 by 2 plus I root 3 by 2. So this is how he denotes, and this is nothing but the omega square, the another one. So ikkada oka relation entante 1 plus omega square is equals to 0. Okay, 1 plus omega square equals to 0. And you can also say that omega cube is equals to 1. Okay, ఈ మొత్తం రిలేషన్స్ అన్ని మీరు నోట్ డౌన్ చేసుకోండి. ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈస్ దేర్ ఆన్ ద బోర్డ్. ప్లీజ్ టేక్ ద స్క్రీన్ షాట్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్ అండ్ ప్లీజ్ రైట్ ఇట్ డౌన్. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ది క్యూబ్ రూట్స్ ఆఫ్ యూనిటీ కాన్సెప్ట్. ఓకే, సో మొత్తం డెరివేషన్ కూడా ఉంది అండ్ హౌ యూ గాట్ టు నో అబౌట్ దిస్ వాల్యూస్. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ e power I 2 pi by 3. దిస్ విల్ బి you can take the minus of it. Okay, so yeah, so we'll start doing the problems. Okay, yeah, hi Udaya. Okay, now let's see the first question. ఇక్కడ ఏం అడుగుతున్నాడంటే ద మల్టిప్లికేటివ్ ఇన్వర్స్ ఆఫ్ ZS. యాక్చువల్గా ఇలాంటి ప్రాబ్లం నిన్న కూడా చేసాము. సో ఐ వుడ్ లైక్ టు కంటిన్యూ దిస్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ టుడే. ఓకే సార్ PYQs చెప్తారా? యా, ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ PYQs చెప్తున్నాను ఇప్పుడు ప్రస్తుతానికి. సో ఇఫ్ యూ సీ హియర్ దీస్ డినోట్స్ ఆల్ PYQs. సో ప్రతి ఒక్క క్వశ్చన్కి ఐ హ్యావ్ ఈవెన్ segregated along with the year of which it is coming. So all the PYQs are there even in the question. Like whatever we are doing, it's all PYQs. So separate గా నేను ఏం క్వశ్చన్స్ క్రియేట్ చేయట్లేదు, అన్ని ప్రీవియస్ ఇయర్ క్వశ్చన్స్ సాల్వ్ చేస్తున్నాను. సో and everyone please see here ki every day we have 3 sessions from Sisya classes. One is the first session is at 11:30. So this is the maths one. Okay, the next session is at 3:30. Okay, this is the chemistry, and again coming back to 5:30 we have the math section. So totally 3 sessions are going on every day. So please do come to sisyaclass, and every day we have our classes. And also please do share among your friends. ఎవరైనా కానీ మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఉంటే వాళ్ళకి షేర్ చేయండి, so that they will also be coming to the classes, as well as you can have a rigorous discussion among the class about the class, and also you can come up with the doubts, and if there are any mistakes you can just come up with a discussion also. So let's try to have that sort of a thing, right? I say both theory as well as the PYQs. First, I would like to give you some introductory part about the the complex numbers, and then I would like to go on with a discussion of PYQs. Udaya, I hope it's clear to you. Okay, right? Yeah. Okay, now let's see here. Find the multiplicative inverse of z. So if you see, z is equals to x plus iy. ఇప్పుడు 1/z అంటే ఎలా ఉంటుంది? సో మల్టిప్లికేటివ్ ఇన్వర్స్ అంటే ఏంటి? z ఇంటూ సమ్ నెంబర్ షుడ్ బి ఈక్వల్ టు 1. దిస్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ది మల్టిప్లికేటివ్ ఇన్వర్స్. ఇప్పుడు మల్టిప్లికేటివ్ ఇన్వర్స్ అంటే డైరెక్ట్ ఫార్ములా కూడా ఉంది, యూ కెన్ జస్ట్ రిమెంబర్ దాట్. బట్ ఆర్ ఎల్స్ లైక్ ఐఎమ్ జస్ట్ సేయింగ్ యూ హౌ టు ఫైండ్ ద మల్టిప్లికేటివ్ ఇన్వర్స్. మల్టిప్లికేటివ్ ఇన్వర్స్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు 3కి మల్టిప్లికేటివ్ ఇన్వర్స్ ఏంటి? 1/3. 4కి మల్టిప్లికేటివ్ ఇన్వర్స్ ఏంటి? 1/4. ద సిమిలర్లీ ప్రతి ఒక్క నాన్ జీరో నెంబర్కి దర్ ఇస్ అ మల్టిప్లికేటివ్ ఇన్వర్స్, దట్ ఈస్ 1/z. So z into 1/z is equals to okay. మీరు ఎంసెట్కి ప్రిపేర్ అవుతున్నారా? So Uday, this is covering both AP as well as Telangana TS. Okay, for the both states, the MSET, the portion is almost similar. So whatever the mutual intersection part is there, I am trying to cover everything. If there is anything that is left to be independent for the both states, that also I'll try to cover. Right. Okay. So what will be the multiplicative inverse? This will be 1/x plus iy into, how can you, so this will be the multiplicative inverse, that is 1/x plus iy. దీనికి multiplicative inverse ఎలా find out చేస్తారు అంటే, just take the what do you say, the conjugate of it, multiply conjugate of it. This will become x minus iy by, this will become what is a plus b into a minus b, that will be a square minus b square. Can a plus ib into a minus ib, that will be x square plus y square. So gurtu pettukondi, multiplicative inverse you can always denote it with z inverse. Sir, session duration enta? So the session duration will be the session duration will be approximately 45 minutes to 1 hour. At times it might just we'll be crossing around 1 hour 10 minutes. Okay, it depends upon the topic and the number of questions we are doing. So that would be the duration. And max b, we will be covering all 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, all the 4 things. Okay, right now meeku description lo you will be getting a link, the link will be available after completion of this class, or else like you can go in the YouTube and type sisyaclasses, wherein you will be getting complete information about the EAPCET mathematics series as well as chemistry series, and enormous amount of content is also available, so you can see. Okay, so this will become x by x square plus y square plus I times minus y by x square plus y square. Okay, ఇప్పుడు మీరు చూడండి, now if you try to see this one, this x minus iy is nothing but, if z is x plus iy, what will be the conjugate of z? That will be z bar. And already x square plus y square is nothing but mod z square. Okay, mod z ante enta? Under root of x square plus y square. Mod z square ante it will be, the root will get cancelled. So z bar by mod z square. Answer is option C. Okay, right. See the next question. You have mod x plus iy is equals to under root of x square plus y square. We have 1 plus root 3i power 9 root 3 plus i power 9. Ikkada chudandi, just try to observe this. 1 minus root 3i root 3 plus i. Ippudu 1 minus root 3i ee number undi kada. What you try to do is, ikkada chuste, if you see the tabular column of trigonometry, we have 1/2 root 3/2 1 by root 2. So I will just multiply 2 here, right? And now if you try to see, he is saying, okay, this complete thing we have done. So this is nothing but, if you try to see, this is nothing but root 2 1/2 minus root 3/2. Can I just write this as cos minus pi by 3 plus I sin minus pi by 3. Is that right, sir? Okay, ఇలా రాయొచ్చా నేను? ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, cos 60, cos minus theta ఎంత? cos theta, that is 1/2. sin minus theta ఎంత? minus sin theta. Okay, minus sin theta. Okay, minus sin theta. So from here cos minus theta is 1/2, cos minus theta is cos minus, sir again explain please. China, like you can do one thing, actually నేను ఇది 2 సార్లు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశాను. You can just rewind back, మీరు కొంచెం వెనకకి వెళ్ళొచ్చు లైవ్ లెక్చర్ నుంచి కూడా, and then again you can continue with the video. Okay, it comes, and after this also you can again continue with the lecture. After this again it will be even telecasted in the YouTube itself, so you can take it. Okay, ఇక్కడ నుంచి just it's okay, brief discussion we have done. Quick గా మీ గురించి మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి ఫాస్ట్ గా చెప్తాను నేను ఏమేమి డిస్కస్ చేశాను. So it is for you. So we have started with the polar form. Polar form అంటే ఏంటంటే z is equals to x plus iy. You can always represent it in the form of the polar coordinates, that is r e power I theta. Okay, r and theta form లో ఉంది. So you can just take the screenshot of this. ఒకసారి మీరు చూడండి, ఇది you will try to understand. Okay, sir please try to cover more and more PYQs matter the duration. If the duration is more than 2 hours also, we are here to listen. Okay, Udaya, I will try to do that. Okay, because we have several sessions going on in a day. 2-hour session, like we will try to accommodate. Okay, that like we will try to do that, but yeah, as of now, yeah, every day at least we have 2-hour session. In a day we have 2-hour session, but it has been bifurcated into 2 different parts. In the morning, in the afternoon we have 1 session, again in the evening we have 1 more session. So that is the thing. Okay, I hope I hope you are getting, like we'll try to do that. Okay, తొందరలోనే we'll try to have that sessions. Okay, yeah, thank you. So in the Eulerian form నేను ఏం చెప్పానంటే, you can always represent e power I theta as cos theta plus I sin theta. This is also called cis theta. Okay, already ఇది మీకు తెలుసు. చిన్న, is it okay? Right. The next one is the de Moivre's theorem. దీంట్లో ఏం చెప్తాడంటే, cos theta plus I sin theta whole to the power n is nothing but cos n theta plus I sin n theta. Okay, ఇక్కడ పవర్ లో ఏదైతే n ఉందో అది you just take it to the n times the function of it, like the cos of n theta. Okay, sin of n theta. So that is what you will do in the, and the next one is we have actually derived how to find the cube root of unity. In fact, we have found the solution of x cube is equals to 1, because in for all the polynomials we can find all the roots of the particular polynomial in the complex numbers. Okay, in the complex plane, right? Okay, so this is what I have discussed. I have done the first question, right? Now I am doing the second question. Okay, so ఇక్కడ మీరు చూస్తే ఇందాక నేను అన్నట్టు cos theta plus I sin theta, can I write it as e power I theta, right? Cos theta plus I sin theta, can I write it as e power I theta? Okay, yeah, cos theta plus I sin theta, can I write it as e power I theta? So ఇక్కడ theta ఏంటమ్మా? So this is minus pi by 3. ఇక్కడ theta ఏంటి? minus pi by 3. So can I write it as 2 e power minus I pi by 3 ఇలా రాయొచ్చా? ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ ఏంటి, cos theta plus I sin theta is nothing but e power I theta. Theta ప్లేస్ లో ఇక్కడ ఏముంది? minus pi by 3. So can I write it as 2 e power minus I pi by 3, right? So in place of this 1 minus root 3i, I can write it as 2 e power I minus I pi by 3. Okay, this is the first one. ఇక్కడ ఏం రాయొచ్చు? What can I write here? root 3 plus I. Can I multiply and divide by 2? Because I know that root 3 by 2 is some value in the trigonometric table, right? So root 3 by 2 cos ki sambandhinchi which number? That is cos 30, right? Cos 30. So can I write it as 2 cos pi by 6 plus I sin pi by 6 ila raicha? Because sin 30 anta 1 by 2. And what is cos 30? root 3 by 2. So this again I can rewrite this as 2 e power I pi by 6. Is this okay? Is this okay? Right? So I have derived the two things, 2 e power minus I pi by 3, 2 e power I pi by 6. ఇప్పుడు direct గా substitute చేసేయండి, what you will get answer we'll see. Okay, so ఇక్కడ నేను ఏమన్నా అంటే, so we have seen for the first value we have got 2 e power minus I pi by 3, minus I pi by 3, minus I pi by 3, okay, whole to the power 9, plus 2 e power I pi by 6 for the second one whole to the power 9. Okay, so this is what దీనికి modulus అడుగుతున్నాడు. Is this clear? Everything I have converted. 1 minus root 3i, I have found 2 into e power minus I pi by 3, and the second one is 2 e power I pi by 6. Now you see here, this I can write it as 2 power 9 into, I can just bring 2 power 9 out, e power ఇక్కడ నేను మల్టిప్లై చేసేయచ్చు డైరెక్ట్గా 9. సో దిస్ విల్ బికమ్ మైనస్ 3 pi i ప్లస్ 2 power 9 అగైన్ మొత్తం కామన్ తీసుకోవచ్చు ఈ పవర్ i pi by 6. సో i pi by 6 into 9. ఓకే, సో ఇక్కడ ఎలా వచ్చిందంటే 3 into 3 9. సో దిస్ విల్ బికమ్ e power 3 pi by 2. సో 2 power 9 into e power minus 3 pi i plus this will become 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9. E power I 3 pi by 2. Okay, so finally I have this value. So this will become e power minus 3 pi I. So this will become 2 power 9 e power minus 3 pi. Then ela raichu, how can I write this? Cos minus 3 pi plus I sin minus 3 pi. So cos 3 pi that will become minus 1. I'm just writing that cos minus 3 pi, yeah, cos 3 pi that will become minus 1, and e power 3 pi by 2 cos 270 that will be always 0, and sin 270 that will become minus I. I hope ఇది clear మీకు. Just subscribe. Okay, I hope this is very clear to you. Okay, everything is very clear. E power minus 3 pi I is nothing but, I'm just writing for you, ఒక్కసారి మీకు రాస్తాను, cos minus 3 pi I plus I sin minus 3 pi I. ఎప్పుడు గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, all the n multiples of pi is always equals to 0. ఇది ఎప్పుడు 0నే ఉంటుంది. అంటే 1 pi, 2 pi, minus 3 pi, minus 4 pi ఏదైనా ఉండనియండి, this value will always be 0. And cos of minus theta is cos theta, cos 3 pi. So ఇక్కడ I రాయన అవసరం లేదు. So this will become, what will be cos 3 pi? Cos 3 pi is nothing but minus 1. ఇక్కడ నుంచి minus 1 వచ్చింది. సిమిలర్గా e power I 3 pi by 2 ఇక్కడ నుంచి cos 3 pi by 2 plus I sin 3 pi by 2. Okay, cos 270 is always equals to 0. This is always equals to 0, and this will be always equals to sin 270 will be minus 1. So this will become minus I. So now ippudu deeniki, can you find the modulus value? What will be the modulus value of minus 1 minus I? Can anyone comment in the chat box? What will be the modulus value of this? It is under root of a square plus b square. So 2 to the power n into under root of a square plus b square. So this will become, what will become 1 square plus 1 square. So 1 plus 1. Okay, so this will become under root 2. So can I write it as 2 power 9 into 2 power 1 by 2? Right, 2 power 9 into 2 power 1 by 2. Sir, ela parts kaakunda one shot videos cheppandi please. Okay, so root 2, yeah, perfect. So 2 power 1 by 2. So this can be a power m into a power n. So 9 plus 1 by 2. So you can just take it as 19 by 2. Okay, so the answer will be 2 power 19 by 2. Okay, 2 power 19 by 2. So answer is option D. Okay, I hope you are getting, everyone is getting. Okay, yeah, let's go to the next question. If you have any doubts, please do let me know. Yeah, so see the next question quickly. Let's see the next question. We have root 3 plus I by root 3 minus I whole to the power n. So can I divide and multiply by 2? So ikkada chudandi, first root 3 plus I by root 3 minus I whole to the power m is equals to 1. Okay, ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఇక్కడ క్లియర్గా చూడండి, root 3 సేమ్ టెక్నిక్ మళ్ళీ నేను ఏం చేస్తాను, డివైడ్ అండ్ మల్టిప్లై బై 2. ఓకే, సో ఐఎమ్ డివైడింగ్ బై 2 root 3 by 2 plus I by 2. ఓకే, by root 3 by 2 minus I by 2. ఓకే, ఫస్ట్ ఇట్స్ నార్మల్గా సాల్వ్ చేద్దాం వితౌట్ కీపింగ్ ద పవర్స్ ఆఫ్ m. సో దీని ఎలా రాయొచ్చు, root 3 by 2 ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ e పవర్ I cos 30 వాల్యూ ఎంత, root 3 by 2. సో కెన్ ఐ రైట్ ఇట్ యాజ్ e పవర్ I cos 30 ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ e power I pi by 6. Similarly, here I can write it as e power minus I pi by 6. చూడండి, is it getting matched, right? ఇదేంటి, cos 30 is nothing but root 3 by 2, sin 30 is nothing but 1 by 2. Cos minus 30 is again root 3 by 2, sin minus 30 is nothing but minus 1 by 2. So akkadi nunchi idu vachindi. I hope you are all getting this very clear. Now from here I can write a power m by a power n, a power m minus n. So this will become e power I pi by 6 plus e I pi by 6. So this will become e power 2 I pi by 6. So this will become e power I pi by 3. E power I pi by 3. I hope everyone is following. I finally got the answer, e power I pi by 3. ఈ మొత్తం వాల్యూ నేను if after solving I got the value to be e power I pi by 3. ఇక్కడ నుంచి now in place of root 3 plus I by root 3 minus I, can I just substitute e power I pi by 3? E power I pi by 3 whole to the power m is equals to 1. Okay, e power I pi by 3 whole to the power m is equals to 1. So ikkad nunchi what can I say? E power 3 e power pi I m by 3 is equals to m. Is this clear? Step 3 explain cheyandi sir. Okay, see here, I hope till here it's clear. This is the first step, మీకు క్లియర్ ఉంటుంది. e power I pi by 6 by e power minus I pi by 6, నేను మీ minus I pi by 6 ని I have taken into the numerator, then I have got I pi by 6 plus I pi by 6, that is 2 I pi by 6, then I got e power I pi by 3. ఈ మొత్తం √3 plus I by √3 minus I సాల్వ్ చేస్తే నాకు వచ్చిన వాల్యూ e power I pi by 3. ఈ √3 plus I by √3 minus I ప్లేస్లో ఐఎమ్ జస్ట్ సబ్స్టిట్యూటింగ్ దిస్ వాల్యూ. ఓకే, e power I pi by 3 whole to the power m. ఇక్కడ m ఉంది కదా, అది మర్చిపోకండి wherever you have start. Okay, so then we can take whole to the power m is equals to 1, right? From here you can just say, ఇక్కడ నుంచి చూడండి, a power m whole to the power n, like e power I pi by 3 whole to the power m, I can multiply the powers, e power I m pi by 3. అదే నేను అక్కడ రాసా. I hope China, are you clear? Right? China, just give a thumbs up if you are clear with this. Okay, I'm just jumping to the next part. Okay, right? So now if you see here, ikkada me chuste for what value, so this is nothing but, if you try to see, this is nothing but cos m pi by 3 plus I sin m pi by 3, hai na? This is what you should get, e power cos m pi by 3 plus sin m pi by 3. So this value should be equal to 1. This value should be equal to 1. Now for which value this value should be equal to 1? Now ikkada meer chuste ప్రతిసారి ఇందాక నేను చెప్పినట్టు, for the imaginary part is 0 here, I times 0, the imaginary part is completely 0. Now if the imaginary part is 0, then the sign should be multiple of pi. Okay, ఇందాకనే నేను చెప్పా sign should be multiple of pi. Okay, so but here in order to say that sign should be multiple of pi, so m should be, see here we have m pi by 3, so that means that m should be multiple of 3 in order to get the integral part of pi. So m should be divisible by 3, m is divisible by 3, adi ultimate point, m is divisible by 3. I hope meeku andariki telusu sin n pi is equals to 0, sin n pi is equals to 0, అక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చింది ఇది. ఎందుకు అంటే ఇక్కడ imaginary part should be equal to 0 because it is only one value, so m should be divisible by 3. So ఇక్కడ option verify చేయండి, which number is divisible by 3. Just see the direct thing, 3, 2024, 2028. So see among this, how can you say that a number is divisible by 3? That if you add all the digits, it should be divisible by 3. Okay, so for example, see here 2 plus 2, 2 plus 8, 10, 10 plus 2, 12. If you divide by this, so this will become 3 6 are 18. Okay, 3 6 are 18, 3 7s are 21, and this is 676. Okay, the answer is 676. Okay, I hope you are getting. The next one is, you have, if omega is the root of the equation x plus 1 by x plus 1, so we already know that 1 plus omega square equals to 0, omega cube is equals to 1. Okay, ఇది ఇందాకనే cube roots of unity దగ్గర we have just learned that. Okay, now how can we find this determinant value? Okay, so ఇక్కడ చూడండి, వెంటనే రో ఆపరేషన్ యూజ్ చేయండి. See, r2 gives r2 minus 3r1, r3 gives r3 minus 6r1. I hope మీకు అందరికి clear whatever I am saying. Yeah, now sir, next vector algebra చెప్తారా? So as of now we are dealing with complex numbers, then quadratic equations, తర్వాత we are going to calculus. Actually calculus I have just stopped it. Okay, so the point is like calculus, but we will keep a poll. So మీరు చెప్పండి నెక్స్ట్ చాప్టర్ నేను ఏం చెప్తున్నాను. ఓకే, సో ఐ విల్ జస్ట్ కీప్ ఏ పోల్ టుడే ఈవినింగ్. ఈరోజు ఈవినింగ్ క్లాస్లో వీల్ హ్యావ్ ఏ పోల్. సో వాట్ ఎవర్ ద టాపిక్ దట్ యూ సే మీ, యూ సజెస్ట్ మీ, ఐ విల్ హ్యావ్ ఎ డిస్కషన్ ఆన్ దట్ టాపిక్. ఓకే, రైట్. సో నౌ r2 gives r2 minus 3r1, r3 gives r3 minus 6r1. సో ఇక్కడ చూడండి, ఇక్కడ డైరెక్ట్గా డిటర్మినెంట్ ఏమైపోతుంది, 1 plus omega, 1 plus omega square. Okay, now if you try to see, this value will become 0, this value will become 0. 4 plus 3 omega minus 3 minus omega, so this will become 1. Okay, because 3 omega minus 3 omega, and 9 minus 6, that will be 3. and 6 omega minus 6 omega, again it gets cancelled. So ikkada kuda if you try to just take everything, 5 plus omega 4 omega plus 3 omega square, so 4, this will become 5 minus 3, that will become 2. Okay, 4 omega minus 3 omega, that will be omega, and 3 omega square minus 3 omega square, that will be 0. Okay, 11 minus 6 5, and 9 minus 6 3, and 6 omega square minus 6 omega square, again it is equals to 0. Now what do? I'll do one more row operation. R3 gives R3 minus 3 R2. Okay, so I hope you are getting. Okay, R3 gives R3 minus 3 R2. So in order to just simplify our calculation, అప్పుడు ఏమైపోతుంది, ఈ వాల్యూ 0 వచ్చేస్తుంది. నేను ఇక్కడ డైరెక్ట్ రాస్తున్నా, ఇక్కడ డైరెక్ట్ ఐఎమ్ ట్రైంగ్ టు డూ, దిస్ వాల్యూ విల్ బికమ్ 0. 5 plus 3 omega, so 5 minus 6, okay, that will become minus 1. Okay, this will become minus 1, and 3 omega minus omega, that will become 0. Okay, so this value will become minus 1. So what do we have? We have a lower triangular, we have an upper triangular matrix. In the upper triangular matrix, the determinant is nothing but the product of the diagonal elements. So that will be 1 into 1 into minus 1. So the answer is minus 1. So the answer is minus 1. I hope you are all getting. Okay, please let me know if you want me to further explain. ఒకవేళ మీకు అర్థం కాకపోతే మళ్ళీ నేను చెప్తాను. ఇది సింపుల్గా నేను ఏం చేశానంటే 2 రో ఆపరేషన్ చేసుకున్నాను in order to simplify our calculation. So here I am saying that I have first done R2 gives R2 minus R1, R2 minus 3 R1, R3 gives, ఎందుకంటే 3 minus 3 it will become 0, 6 minus 6 it will become 0. That is the reason behind taking this sort of an operation. After that I have taken one more row operation, that is R3 gives R3 minus 3 R2. Okay, here I have taken one more operation, that is R3 gives R3 minus 3 R2. Okay, please let me know. I hope you are all getting. From here I got this is an upper triangular matrix. From here I got the product of elements. Student, 1 into 1 into minus 1, the answer is minus 1. Okay, I hope it's clear. Let's go to the next question. So ఈ క్వశ్చన్ చూడండి, sin pi by 8 plus I cos pi by 8 whole to the power 8. So ఇక్కడ చూడండి, we have e power I theta is nothing but cos theta plus I sin theta. E power I theta is nothing but cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay, now ఇక్కడ ఆ ఫార్ములా మటుకు లేదు, it is not in that form. So what do I do? నేను ఏం చేస్తానంటే I'll just multiply I. ఒకవేళ నేను I మల్టిప్లై చేసుకొని అనుకోండి, I into I minus 1. So I'll be getting I sin pi by 8. So ikkada just I'm trying to write here sin pi by 8 plus I cos pi by 8. నాకు ఎప్పుడైనా కానీ ఏ ఫామ్లో రావాలి, ఈ ఫామ్లో cos theta plus I sin theta ఫామ్లో రావాలి. So what do? I just try to multiply and divide by I. Okay, so I'll just try to multiply and divide by I, so that what will happen if I try to do that, sin pi by 8 plus I cos pi by 8. Okay, so this will become 1 by I times, so multiply cheyandi, I into this will become I sin pi by 8, I into I, it is minus 1, so minus cos pi by 8 plus I into sin pi by 8 plus I sin pi by 8. Okay, just I have written in the form. Okay, but still we didn't get into this form, so what do? I'll just take cos common, so this will become minus 1 by I times cos pi by 8 minus I sin pi by 8. Okay, minus I sin pi by 8. I hope everyone is clear. Sir, physics cheppara sisyalo. So actually we are trying to accommodate the time for physics. Okay, చాలా తొందరగా we'll try to even schedule the physics classes as well. So as of now we are in the in the race of that only chemistry and physics, chemistry and maths. So after once we are done in once we are in the middle of some section, then we would like to introduce physics as well, right? Okay, right. So this I can do. So this I can write it as e power minus I pi by 8. దీని ఎలా రాయొచ్చు, e power minus I by 8. చూడండి, cos theta plus I sin theta is nothing but e power I theta. Just keep a note point, e power minus I theta is nothing but cos theta minus I sin theta. So take these two note points, cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay, now if you try to see here, so this will become minus 1 by I e power minus I pi by 8. Okay, so this is what the whole answer I got. Okay, now the next one is the similar thing. If you try to do here, the same thing sin pi by 8 minus I cos pi by 8. So you will be getting again multiply minus I. So that's the same thing you will be getting, but irrespective of minus I sign. So this whole thing, it becomes power 8. This is power 8. Okay, I hope answer will be 1. Yeah, let's try to see. So this will become 1 by 8 e power I pi by 8. Okay, 1 by 8 e power I pi by 8. Okay, whole to the power n. So this will become I to the power, see, minus 1 on the 8 on this answer will be 1. Okay, this will also be 1, because I to the power 8 it's a multiple of 4, so it will be 1. So this will become e power minus 2 pi I by 8. Okay, so this will become minus e power minus pi I by 4. Okay, I hope I have done everything correct. Okay, ఇక్కడ మీరు చూస్తే what I have done, this will become e power, okay, the whole power is 8. So this will become e power minus 2 pi I, e power minus 2 pi I. So answer will be 1 or minus 1. Let's try to see. ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ minus 1 వస్తుంది, ఎందుకంటే cos minus 2 pi plus I, so your answer is correct. Minus I sin minus 2 pi. Cos minus 2 pi is answer is 1. Sin minus 2 pi is answer is 0. Okay. So your answer is correct. Chinna, your answer is 1. That answer is correct, right? It's option C, right? Okay. See the next question. Sin theta minus I cos theta whole cube is equals to. The same thing what you need to do is, again you should write it in the form of cos theta plus I sin theta. E formula రాయాలి. మీరు immediately ఏం చేయండి, divide and multiply by I. So I times I into sin theta minus I cos theta whole cube. Okay, so I'm just dividing and multiplying by I. So this I will be getting it as 1 by I cube. So this will become I sin theta and I square will become minus I. So this will become I square will become minus I. So I'm just writing it as cos theta plus I sin theta whole cube. Okay, so this will become 1 by I cube. So this 1 by I cube, I can write it as, you know that I cube can be written as minus I, or I can write it as 1 by I square into I. So cos theta plus I sin theta is e power I theta whole cube. So this will become e power I 3 theta into 1 by I square. So this will become minus 1 by I. So this will become minus 1 by I. So minus 1 by I cos 3 theta plus I sin 3 theta. Cos 3 theta plus I sin 3 theta. Okay, ఇక్కడ చూడండి cos 3 theta plus I sin 3 theta. So which options will satisfy this? ఒకవేళ చూస్తే see this option D minus I cube. So this I can write it as minus 1 into I cube. I cube can be written as I square into I. So that can be written as minus 1 into I square is minus 1. So this will become plus I. So if I try to multiply I in both numerator and denominator, that will become, if I see here, నాకు ఫైనల్గా వచ్చిన ఆన్సర్ ఏంటంటే 1 by I times of cos 3 theta plus I sin 3 theta. Okay, ఇక్కడ నేను ఏం చేస్తున్నాను, మళ్ళీ ఐఎమ్ ట్రైంగ్ టు మల్టిప్లై విత్ I and I. So here I'll be getting I square value, here already I have minus sign. So this will become plus I times of cos 3 theta plus I sin 3 theta. So here also after substituting I got plus I cos 3 theta and I sin 3 theta. It is option D. Okay, I hope it is clear to everyone. Okay, so I got option D after solving. Okay, see the next question. A geometrical representation of z minus minus 2i. So ఎప్పుడైనా చూడండి, when you have z minus alpha is less than some r, దాని అర్థం ఏంటంటే ఈ ఆల్ఫా అనేది సెంటర్ ఆఫ్ ద సర్కిల్. ఓకే, ఐ వుడ్ లైక్ టు జస్ట్ క్విక్లీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ యూ. ఒకవేళ ఒక కాంప్లెక్స్ ప్లేన్ పైన ఏదైనా ఒక పాయింట్ ఆల్ఫా అనేది ఉందంటే అండ్ యూ హ్యావ్ సమ్ రేడియస్ ఆర్, and if you can draw a circle, so this circle is represented by mod z minus alpha equals to r. Mod z minus alpha equals to r, and if it has some inequality sign, suppose interior of the circle ankondi, that time mod z minus, instead of taking it as alpha, I'm just taking it as z naught. So for the sake of simplicity, okay, z naught. So z naught represents the center. Center is nothing but the z naught. Okay, and the radius, so this is the center, and the radius is equals to r. Radius is equals to r. I hope it is clear. Please do let me know if it is clear. So whenever the circle equation is always represented by this equation, mod z minus z naught equals to r, and if something has to be represented with inequality sign, okvela less than or equal to undante, it is nothing but the disk, it will be covering the whole disk. Okay, so this is represented by mod z minus z naught is less than r. Okay, okvela this is the interior of the disk. Now ikkada chudandi, now this equation can be represented as z minus, if you take minus common, appudu em rayachu 2 plus 2i is less than or equal to 1. Okay, so what is the center we have? 2 comma 2. The center is 2 comma 2. So ekkadaithe 2 comma 2 undo adi mana right answer, and with radius 1. Okay, so it is closed disk with center 2 comma 2 and radius 1. I hope it's very clear, okay, from this discussion. Okay, right. So this is nothing but the geometrical representation. So e point note down cheskondi, this is nothing but the equation of circle. This is nothing but equation of circle. Okay, right. So see the next question, cos pi by 2 power n plus I sin pi by 2 power n. This is asked in PS 2020 exam. So please chudandi, an is nothing but e power I pi by 2 power n, e power I pi by 2 power n. So a1 is nothing but a1 into a2 into a3 into a4. So quick ga chudandi, ikkada ela rayachu, e power I pi by 2 power n, so that will become e I power pi by 2 into e power I pi by 2 square, that will be pi by 4 into e power I pi by 8 into e power I pi by 16. So ippudu din whole power enta 4. Okay, this whole power is 4. So now I can just take a power m into a power n, a power m plus n. So I can take e power I pi into 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 16 whole to the power 4, whole to the power 4. So this will become e power I pi, so I pi into, so I'll be writing even 4 also, endukante e power I theta whole to the power n is nothing but 4 times, so that I can write it as 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 16. So what can I take common? E power 4 I pi by, I can take 2 common, so this will become 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8. So what will be the LCM? That will be 8. So that will become e power 2 pi I. So e power 2 pi I. So this will become 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 by 8. So this will become 8 plus 4 13, 8 plus 4 12, 12 plus 2 14, 14 plus 1 15. So e power, so finally I have the answer, e power 2 pi I 12, 14, 15, 15 by 8. So I have e power 15 pi I by 4. Okay, so this can be written as 15 pi I power 4. So this can be written as cos 15 pi by 4 plus I sin 15 pi by 4. 15 pi by 4. So ippudu nenu em rayachu, how can I write this? Cos 15 pi by 4, ikkada chudandi, 15 pi by 4 can I write it as 4 pi minus pi by 4, ila rayacha, 4 pi minus pi by 4. Can I write like this? 4 pi minus pi by 4. Yeah. So 4 pi minus pi by 4. So this will become 15 pi by 4. 4 pi you can treat it as the value of 0. Okay. Ela untundi ikkada? 0 pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi. All the even integrals of pi lies here. So 4 pi minus pi, it belongs to the fourth quadrant. So in fourth quadrant, this is nothing acting as just like 0. So cos minus pi by 4 plus I sin minus pi by 4. That is what the whole answer is. Cos minus pi by 4 plus I sin minus pi by 4. Okay. So that will be cos pi by 4 value. So idanta 1 by root 2 and this will become minus I by root 2. So this will become 1 minus I by root 2. Okay. So akkadi nunche vachindi, if you directly see. So EAPCET exam lo ivanni quick ga cheyali. So I have just directly written the answer, that is 1 minus I by root 2. So see the next question, cos theta plus I sin theta power 8 by sin theta plus I cos theta power 8. So how can I write this? Again, this can be written as e power I theta and this sin theta plus I cos theta. ఒక్కసారి చూడండి, ప్రతిసారి ఇలాంటిదే వస్తుంది. sin theta plus I cos theta. You should write in terms of e power I theta. So what do? I just multiply by 8i and divide by I. So this I get it as 1 by I square is minus 1. So this will become minus cos theta plus I sin minus theta, I sin theta. So this can be represented as, if you take minus, so minus I times cos theta minus I sin theta. Okay, cos theta. So this, if you again try to multiply by I, so this will become I square minus 1. So this will become I e power minus I theta. Okay, I e power minus I theta. So eppudaina gaani sin theta plus I cos theta vachinappudu, whenever you have this thing, I have already derived this. This is nothing but I into e power minus I theta. Okay, so this value is nothing but I into e power minus I theta, and this value is nothing but e power I theta. So now you can directly substitute, and ikkada we'll try to solve this. Okay, so this will become e power I theta. So finally we have e power I theta by 1 by I e power minus I theta whole to the power 8. So this will become e power 2 I theta, 1 by I power 8, that will become anyway 1. So this is whole to the power 8. So this is nothing but e power 16 I theta, e power 16 I theta or I 16 theta. Ikkada chudandi, if you see here 1 plus cos theta, you can write it as 2 cos square theta by 2, 2 cos square theta by 2, and this is also you can write it as 2 cos square theta by 2, and here sin theta can be written as 2 sin theta by 2 into cos theta by 2, and similarly here also this can be written as 2 sin theta by 2 into cos theta by 2. So what can you take common in the whole? You can take 2 cos theta by 2, you can take whole common. So if you take to whole 2 cos theta common, 2 cos theta by 2, and here also if you take 2 cos theta by 2, and the left out is cos theta by 2 minus I sin theta by 2 into cos theta by 2 plus I sin theta by 2. ఇప్పుడు మీరు చూస్తే this is nothing but e power minus I theta by 2, this is nothing but e power I theta by 2. So I get cancel this whole thing. I hope you are all following. మీకు ఏమైనా ప్రాబ్లం ఉంటే please do let me know in the comment box. Okay, now you see this will become e power minus I theta by 2, okay, plus e power minus I theta by 2, and this is nothing but e power I theta by 2 whole to the power 8, plus now if you take everything to the numerator, this will become e power minus 2I theta by 2 whole to the power 8. Okay, so now this, I hope, whole to the power 16, sorry, this is power 16. So this is nothing but 16. So I can cancel 2. So this will become e power minus 16 theta, e power minus 16I theta. Okay, now you can say e power I 16 theta into e power minus 16I theta. So what will be this answer? So this is nothing but cos 16 theta plus I sin 16 theta, cos 16 theta minus I sin 16 theta. So I have 2 cos 16 theta. That is the answer. 2 cos 16 theta. That is my answer. Okay, I hope you are getting. So the answer is option B. Okay. So see the next question quickly. We have 1 minus omega plus omega square whole to the power 6 plus 1 minus omega plus omega power 6. So we already know the relation 1 plus omega square equals to 0. So from here I can write 1 plus omega square as minus omega. So ikkada nunchi chudandi 1 plus omega square I can write it as minus omega. So from the same thing I can also write 1 plus omega as minus omega square. So I have 1 plus omega square as minus omega power. Okay, so minus omega power 6, plus I can write 1 plus omega as minus omega square. So minus omega square whole to the power 6. So this I can write it as minus 2 omega power 6 plus minus 2 omega square power 6. So ikkada I can write it as minus 2 power 6 common. So that will become omega power 6 plus omega power 12. So this will become omega power 6. Enti omega value enta, omega cube value enta, 1. So anything in a multiple of 3, it is again equal to 1. So from here I can say this value is 1, this value is 1. So this will become minus 2 to the power 6. It will become minus, it's an even number, so it will become 2 power 6 into 2. So this will become 2 power 7. So how do we calculate 2 power 7? 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8, 8 to the 16, 16 to the 32, 32 to the 64, 64 to the 128. Answer is D, option D. Let's go to the next question quickly. We have this in the form of a rectangle where area is 2 root 3. So ఇక్కడ చూడండి we have totally 4 coordinates z, z bar, minus z bar. So we'll just try to plot these points z, z bar, minus z bar. So ఈ points ఎలా ఉంటాయి? So if you take z is equals to x plus iy, if you take z is equals to x plus iy, okay, so the coordinates will be x comma y. And how will be the z bar? It will be reflection with respect to the x axis, so it will be x comma minus y. So this will be x minus iy. So this will be x comma minus y. So how will be minus z? So this will become minus x comma minus iy. So this will become minus x comma minus y. Similarly, how will this coordinates be? Minus of z bar. So this z bar is x minus iy. So minus of z bar will become minus x plus iy. So we have the coordinates, we have this coordinates. Now if you try to see the coordinates on the coordinate system, ఎలా ఉంటుంది ఇది x comma y అనేది somewhere ఇక్కడ ఒక పాయింట్, అప్పుడు minus x comma y అనేది ఇక్కడ ఒక పాయింట్. Okay, so minus x comma minus y, it will be somewhere here, minus x comma minus y, and you have x minus x comma y, so you have this. So we have a rectangle that has been formed on the coordinate system. Now we know that the length of this is completely, this length completely it will be 2x, and this length will, this breadth will be equals to 2y, okay, just from the coordinate system. Okay, now what will be the area of this triangle? That will be area is equals to 2x into 2y. So which is equals to, what is 2x into 2y? Which is equals to 2 root 3, which is equals to 2 root 3. That is what the area that has been formed. So 2 into 2 is 4, so 4 into xy is equals to 2 root 3, xy is equals to root 3 by 2. I have xy is equals to root 3 by 2. Now just verify the options which satisfy this inequality. If you do multiply the both x and y coordinate, you should be getting root 3 by 2. See the first option, 1 by 2 into root 3, that is root 3 by 2. Is it clear to everyone? I hope you're following this lecture. So ఇక్కడ నుంచి, so I have just convert the every coordinates in terms of x and y, and I have plotted on the Cartesian plane. So this is nothing but the x axis and this is nothing but the y axis, and when I try to see, this is the rectangle that has been formed. Right now, what is the area of the rectangle? I turned out to be 2 root 3, and I got x into y is root 3 by 2. I just verified by option verification. This is my answer. Okay, so the last question is mod z minus I by z plus I. He's asking what is the locus of this question. Okay, locus of this. So LRIchu mod z minus I is equals to 2 times of mod z plus I. Now mod z is nothing but under root of x square plus y square, kada? And under root of real part square plus imaginary part square. So I just wanted to do the squaring on both sides in order to nullify the square, nullify the root. So squaring on both sides cheste, then I will be getting mod z minus I whole square. Z can be written as x plus iy minus I. Okay, so whole square of this. This is equals to 2 square 4. So this will become x plus I times y plus 1 whole square. Right, now this will become, this I can write it as x plus I y minus 1 whole square plus 4 times x plus I y plus 1 whole square. Okay, now you can say a plus b whole square formula, x square, so this you can write it as x square, I square is minus 1, so this will become y minus 1 whole square plus 2xyi, so 2xyi and 2x into I y minus 1, the same thing. And here also you can just write 4x square plus I square, again it will become minus 1. So expand this whole thing. If you try to expand, you will be getting directly a locus, and you can try to solve this and find finally what is the locus that has been formed. Okay, I hope this is very clear and very easy. Dintlo pedda problem em ledu. So you can just find out the answer. Everything is there on the board. We have done several problems like this. Okay, so I just want to end the lecture over here, and yeah, okay, as it's getting late. So if you have any doubts regarding the question, okay, and even the last question also, right, everything is clear, everything has been sorted. You just need to expand and get all the values to one side, otherwise everything is fine. Okay, I'm just leaving that problem to you as a homework, and it's easy problem. Right now, if you see, yeah, please malli cheptunanu, please download our app on Sysya Play Store, and please do follow us on YouTube, for much more content. And Malli, every day we have our session at 11:30, and at 3:30 again there's a chemistry lecture, as well as at 5:30 again we have the maths session. So please, okavela gani evarkaina gani, if you want to help you out with your friends, please do share this YouTube channel to them, so that like it has a wider reach to the people around. And also ఎవరైనా కానీ మీకు సిబ్లింగ్స్ కానీ ఎవరైనా ఉన్నా కానీ, ప్లీజ్ డూ you can download the app. It is available as well as on App Store as well as Google Play. So you can download our app using this QR code scanner, and ikkada all you have is there's a huge content available on this app, as well as you can share it to all your siblings whosoever is studying from 1 to 10. వాళ్ళకి మటుకు కంప్లీట్గా especially a special treatment, like everything will be gone one-to-one lecture with the people around the globe from IIT as well as NIT. So please do let them know about this app as well. And yeah, please do follow us on Facebook as well as Instagram. Thank you so much. Yeah, again, let's meet at 5:30. Thank you.